Something that has been a pretty big part of what BYU is known for is actually the BYU Bookstore Fudge. I went to the bookstore to find out how this popular treat is made and why it's part of BYU's tradition. Every early morning, Katrina, a student who actually makes the BYU Bookstore Fudge, comes to work and starts several different batches of fudge to make sure that everyone continues to have their fresh and delicious fudge they know and love. This fudge is unique compared to others, and mostly everyone who comes by and buys some ends up just loving it.
You know, the fact that it's from BYU, so people who love BYU, you love the fudge. But maybe also we pour it thicker than a lot of places do, and we kind of change up the ingredients just a little bit so that it's not just, the plain chocolate, and it's not, it's not dry ever. We're always very careful to make sure it stays very fresh. So I think that's part of the reason that everybody loves the BYU fudge.
So we might be thinking that this fudge is more complicated than it actually is to make.
We start with butter and water for all of the different fudge. There's 3 different fudge bases: vanilla, milk chocolate, and chocolate. And then we start with the butter and water, and then we add the base to it, which just comes in a mix. And we let that kind of stir up for a few minutes, probably like a half an hour-ish. And then we pour it into pans in different layers, and we have all sorts of different fun things that we mix into the fudge.
When deciding which flavor of fudge to get, it might be a little difficult since there are 12 different flavors, one being flavor of the month. But since they're all so tasty, you can't go wrong. If you know BYU, then you know the BYU Bookstore Fudge. It's something that has been around a long time and has essentially become a tradition.
I just think it's awesome that it's been around for as long as it has. Started with just one flavor and it's kind of grown from there.
A lot of people will come and they'll be excited because it's BYU and it's the bookstore and it's fudge. So it's like a BYU tradition, they love it.
One thing the candy counter workers have noticed is that several students come to buy some fudge after a stressful day at school or after they take an exam.
People will come after having taken tests and they'll be like, oh, I had a really stressful test, I want some fudge. So I think it's just tied into the student experience of just fudge. It's a comforting thing.
Every time I pass through here to go to class, I keep thinking, I need to get that fudge. And so I took a test today, and after I decided to go get the fudge and treat myself.
Even if you're a struggling student, you can still come enjoy the BYU Bookstore Fudge. Elise has perfected getting someone the exact amount of money they want to spend on their fudge.
People will come in and they'll want just $1 of fudge. And I'm like, I only have $1. Can you try to get it as close to $1? And I'll be like, yeah, no problem. And so I've been here for 2 years, so I've gotten pretty good. So I'll just cut them a slice of $1 and they'll applaud me. They'll be like, this is so great. You got $1.
So if you haven't tried it yet, make sure to get to the county counter and get yourself some fudge so you can indulge in some of BYU's tradition.